Oh, hi there. You caught me writing my book. It's a page for my book. It's called Get Your Own Book. Anyways, welcome to a behind-the-scenes look at the making of Get Your Own iPhone. It's a series that some of you may have already witnessed. I've spent the better part of the last 2 to 3 months of my life on it. It was a lot of fun to make. We were a bunch of kids having a good time, just looking for a good time, and we are having one. So I hope you have a good time. Yes, I hope you have a good time while partaking in this exclusive, unique, authentic, behind-the-scenes look at Get Your Own iPhone, not book. Glorious. Okay, Brittany, everybody wants to hear you say it. Let's hear it.
My dad has jaundice.
It was the greatest thing that's ever been filmed, ever. Besides Titanic.
So great.
It was cool. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun.
I thought that was the coolest thing.
I was really excited about it.
I think it turned out okay.
Before we started shooting the Get Your Own iPhone series or whatever, Julian writes the script the day before he comes home from New York, like on the airplane.
The next day was the day that we shot the first Get Your Own iPhone video.
Basically a house full of kids just jumping around and us shooting in between it.
So a common misconception about Rob is that he's drunk.
Trying to see if I can see myself in Google Earth if I zoom in close enough.
And he's not, he's just an idiot.
Most of Julian's shoots are pretty laid back and they're a lot of fun. Everybody just comes and hangs out and does various jobs, and nobody really has a specific title per se.
I'll get there and I'll walk in and I'm like, hey, and he's like, oh, Josh, I need you to hold the boom mic. Oh, Josh, I need you to run behind the scenes camera. Josh, I need you to be in this video called 25 Things I Hate About Facebook. It's always super fun. Super is a bad adjective. It's always mega fun. Ultra fun.
How's everything going, Julian?
There's been a couple of pickups, but we're doing good. We're doing good.
Okay.
At one point during the making of the video, Julian was going handheld. He had the camera on his shoulder, and all of a sudden, you hear this plop on the floor.
Oh my God.
Everybody was just like, the video's over. The lens is busted.
So what's going on here, Julian?
I won't talk about it.
Some of the screws jarred themselves loose after being on a trip, because that stuff always loosens up in the flight case.
All my gear is screwed. Unscrewed, I guess.
It was ridiculous, but it was so much fun, and it looks really good.
Hey, you look good in all that makeup. You got a lot of makeup on. He only wants me for my glue.
Julie and I have written 2 scripts together, and it's kind of hilarious when that happens. He just kind of calls me at like 11:30 and he's like, dude, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm watching Conan O'Brien in my underwear. And then he's like, come over, and I'm like, okay, I will. And the school episode, we had like crazy time constraints that day.
28 hours ago, this shoot didn't even exist, and now it's like we're doing it. Like nobody was cast or anything. We just kind of like do it together.
It was amazing to me that Danielle, Courtney, and I were even there at the same time. And Julian had actually set up the shoot in such a way that the other people didn't even have to be in the scene.
We had about a 20-minute window where everybody was there, and that's like the only times we had to get like wide shots with like more than one person in the frame.
Everything was like on a list. I think Julian is OCD. It was like labeled and numbered, and everything was written down to the second, like, all right, it's 2:15.7. We gotta get this one done because we have to move on to the next one at 2:15.8. Like, it was ridiculous. I mean, it was fun though.
But it was freezing cold, and we all almost died.
Yeah, the weather was not pleasant at all.
There was like a 50% chance of it raining. And then when it did start raining, there was a 100% chance that it was already raining. Then the rental house, we had to go rent some equipment that we ended up not even being able to use because of the rain.
It was I think I wouldn't have had it any other way because it like hyped me up to be all weird, you know? I was like, eh. Yeah. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. Mike is a queen and listen to me sing. He wants a number 2 supersizing it right.
Oh!
Tell him that the house when the anger best on, but it's got 2 strikes that I get us that I wrong.
Oh!
You know you looking cute and there's something you can say, baby.
I got involved with Julian's videos. I'm a friend of his brother, Jason. So I'd seen his videos online. I thought they were funny, so I found him on Facebook, and I was like, hey, you know, if you ever need any help with any videos or anything like that, just give me a call. And he was like, yeah, sure, I can do that. And I got to go help out. Never had met him before. We shook hands, said hey, and he handed me a little clapper thing and said, hey, you write down what scene we're on, what shot we're on, and clap that thing when I tell you to do it. And I was like, I'm here for you, man. I'm here for Julian.
Marker?
Shadow 27, take 5.
You're doing this on purpose.
Hey, what's your MySpace?
That bike rack won't fit on my... What am I saying? Jeez.
I think that was my answer over there.
Ben?
Julian?
I just met Ben about an hour ago.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you all.
Julian will just pick out who he thinks will fit the role. You know, more often than not, none of these people know who the other one is. So it's kind of like, hey, I'm Corey, hey, I'm Jason. All right, you ready? And Julian's like, all right, we're rolling. And then, you know, he'll just say like what he wants us to do as we're going.
It's always been the social equivalent of going out to eat and watching a movie with a bunch of friends.
I didn't know like any of the other girls, but they were really cool. They all apologized afterwards and were like, they all hugged me. They're like, I'm sorry, I was so mean.
Oh yeah, should we talk about how everybody thinks I'm so mean right now too? I'm really nice. Please give me another chance.
If nothing else, Julian's shoots are a good place to make friends.
You're kind of like this at first, so your posture changes. You go from this to like, oh, but you know what I'm saying? I don't want to put words in your mouth so that it sounds forced, but that's kind of like what I'm seeing in my head. Let's just let you roll with it. I think you got it. I'm just gonna stop talking.
Say, yeah, my dad has jaundice.
Yeah, my dad has jaundice.
That was great. That was great.
What kind of pants does Mario wear? Denim, denim, denim.
Oh,
denim, denim, denim.
terrible.
Denim, denim, denim.